If you want to know the best Amrita farms from early to late game, you are in the right place. With more than 120 hours of experience, I've spent hours and days testing more than 30 farming spots in the entire game. And now it is time that I bring you 9 absolute fastest and most efficient farming methods from the moment you step into the world of Nioh 3 right until the very end. Following this guide will give you 80k Amrita in the early game to a whopping 20 million Amrita per hour in the late game, so you can dominate and break the game whatever progress you are going into. Like for example, the Yokai demon spot is hands down one of the earliest and quickest ways to farm Amrita. The Yokai is located very near a shrine, which will allow us to effectively do our farming runs. This is by far the best, earliest additional spot in the early game if you want to gain quick gold in Amrita. I mentioned that this is one of the earliest spots in the game since you can access it right away in your first dungeon, the Hitokoto Slopes. And you can access your previously completed main missions by accessing the Battle Scrolls menu in any shrines. Once you are inside the Battle Scroll, the key shrine to make this method work is the last checkpoint in the area, before fighting the final boss in this mission. The suggested level for this spot is level 10, but you are always welcome to try all of the spots at a lower level since these methods are the earliest ones you can access. You can pretty much use any weapon and armor that you want, but as for me, of course I'm using the katanas. You'll be seeing a lot of recurring burst builds in this guide, which is my signature burst samurai setup. A build that focuses on best damage boosting talismans and crowd control summons to get the fastest clear time possible depending on where you are in the game. While if you are maining a ninja, you can adjust your strategy accordingly in each of the best spots in this guide. And as always, I provided all of the item locations in the description for your convenience. Well, the actual method is very simple, and you start it by casting the power talisman for you to have a damage boost, and then heading to the location where the demon is and bait the enemy and let it attack first, and summon your Mezuki and quickly perform 3 normal attacks and a skill finisher. Then end the fight with a spirit attack. Fast travel back to the shrine to reset the run, rinse and repeat. Each one takes a lightning fast 19 to 21 seconds with reset and loading times included and gives you an average of 410 raw Amrita gains. And you can expect an average of 379 more gains from gear offerings every 5 minutes. If you do this consistently for an hour, we are looking at a whopping 82k plus worth of Amrita from the combined total from raw Amrita gains and gear offerings. While if you don't have the Mezuki, your hourly gains will be slightly lower, but it's not really that bad. And if you are getting value so far, subscribe to the channel. Liking the video and engaging in the comments helps me more than you can imagine. Or consider supporting us on Patreon or by becoming a channel member today. And I appreciate your support. The Hori Castle spot is hands down one of the best spots in the early game, or even the best when it comes to gold farming. This spot will allow the user to farm normal soldiers in the most efficient way possible. Not you will be getting tons of Amrita and gold from this method, but you will have fun in the process by slaughtering jumping mindless soldiers with your katana. You can access this location by playing the battle scroll Hori's Fleeting Petals, which you can unlock by clearing the side quest Disaster at Lake Hamana in the northwestern part of the Warring Triads map. Access the battle scroll or the mission, activate the first shrine in the area, and you are good to go. I'm showing you the updated build on the screen for this method, which is basically the same with a few changes, like weapon upgrades for example. And to maximize our gold income per hour, the Wealthbringer Talisman is highly suggested. I've also added few levels to the build so I can slot in more talismans to have better results. Now here's the fun part. Start the actual method by casting the Wealthbringer Talisman and head to the inner estate while aggroing the 2 enemies near the shrine. There are 2 enemies here that you need to kite inside your first room and head straight to the adjacent room afterwards. Do a sharp right turn to aggro the sleeping axe guy in the next room. Finally, another samurai is waiting in the hallway, and do a sharp left turn this time and jump on the wooden railings. Jumping on the wooden railings is very important so the soldiers will mimic your movements. So yes, whatever happens, don't take the wooden stairs when exiting the estate. After jumping onto the railings, quickly cast your power talisman and wait for the enemies to group up a bit and start spamming Severing Spin. 3 Severing Spins are more than enough to take these guys down, and if an enemy survives, just take it out with a normal attack before getting all the spoils. Then fast travel back to the shrine to reset the run, rinse and repeat. Each run usually takes around 28 to 30 seconds with reset and loading times included, and gives you a whopping 1900 Amrita and 3500 to 4k worth of gold per run. I find the human enemies drop more gold compared to yokais, which makes sense. And if you do this consistently for an hour, we are looking at a whopping 269k Amrita from raw kills and gear offerings combined, and 448k gold per hour. This spot right here is indeed one of the best spots if gold is the one you need. The Hoda Stove spot allows you to farm an elite skeleton warrior easily with my signature burst samurai setup. This spot is by far the best spot in the entire Warring States period that can give you an insane amount of Amrita and crazy amount of gear drops per hour. You will never miss the actual location of this spot since it can be found in the final crucible area of the Warring States in the Mitaka Gahara region. Progress in the Crucible area and activate Hoda Slope Shrine and you are good to go. The build that I have for this spot follows the same concept as mentioned previously, where my samurai setups aims to one-shot enemies in the fastest time possible with the best damage boosting setups that a player has access at this time of progress. Damage boosting talismans such as Last Stand Talisman and Power Talisman and can be incorporated with Wealthbringer Talisman for more gold gains per hour. I've optimized this build around level 45 since I am aiming for the lowest level possible when optimizing my methods. Starting the actual method by casting your Last Stand Talisman, Power Talisman, and of course your Wealthbringer Talisman. Then approach the location of the elite skeleton and while doing so, cast the Hino Enma Summon to paralyze the target. Quickly position yourself behind the enemy to stop its knockback animation or movement and delete the enemy with a Severing Spin. Get all of the item drops and head back to the shrine to reset the run, rinse and repeat. Each run takes a lightning fast 22 to 24 seconds with reset and loading times included and gives you 4500 Amrita and almost 900 gold per run, while giving you a whopping 30k plus worth of Amrita from gear offerings per 5-minute runs. So if you do this consistently for an hour, we are looking at a whopping 1.1 million Amrita from the combined total of gear offerings and raw gains per kill, while also giving you 143k gold per hour. These insane gains are made possible because Crucible elite enemies tends to drop more gear per kill. And not to mention, if you lack Crucible weapons, this spot is a great way to farm these weapons as well. We are now entering mid-game progress, and the Hachijo troop spot is one of the best spots early on, which can give you tons of Amrita and gold in the most efficient way possible in mid-game. This spot will allow you to farm soldiers and samurais effectively with a very interesting method. Since human-type enemies drop more gold, you will be swimming in gold in no time. This spot can be found in the town of Hachijo, which is still in the Heian period. The Filthy Flooded Street is the key shrine for this method that you will want to activate to start farming in this area. There's a little update going on in this build, which is a level 90 weapon for the faster clear time possible. And other than that, nothing really changed in the setup compared to my builds that I have shown you so far. While we are still using our staple talismans and the Hino Enma Summon. And I've also increased my character level around level 65 to keep up with the enemies. But aside from that, you are good to go. To start the actual method, cast your Last Stand, Wealthbringer, Fire, and the Power Talisman. Head to the location of the first soldier located in the nearby houses. Do a quick right turn and aggro the two soldiers near the first soldier's location. Take a sharp left turn and enter the nearby house where another soldier and an elite samurai can be aggroed. Wait for the soldiers to group up and then cast a Severing Spin to possibly wipe out all targets. If a target survives, cast another Severing Spin, which is most of the time ends the run. Get all of the item drops and fast travel back to the shrine to reset the run, rinse and repeat. Each run usually takes around 31 to 33 seconds and gives you 11k Amrita and 5k worth of gold per run, while also giving you an average of 15k more Amrita from gear offerings for 5-minute runs. An hour of consistent farming will give you 1.5 million Amrita and 600k gold per hour from the combined total of raw kills and gear offerings. If you want to increase your gold gains per hour, selling all of the gear pieces you've farmed will give you a total of a whopping 671k gold and 1.3 million Amrita per hour. We are just getting started in mid-game, and the Shunka spot will allow the user to farm a Crucible Lesser Jailer Onis placed on a specific farming route. Very simple method, and yet gives you tons of Amrita and gold in return. This spot can be found in the last area of the Heian period, which is the castle grounds, under the final Crucible in the region. And activate the Shunka Gate Shrine, which you will never miss when progressing in the area. If you miss this location, you can simply replay the final Crucible mission in your battle scroll, which is the Frozen Castle mission, just in case you've already cleared this area. We are also dealing with level 85 enemies in here, so it is a must that we update our farming build. But nothing really changes that much in the build, aside from adding Ibaraki Doji as a second summon for more raw stats. While I also added a Lockbringer Talisman and updated my character level to level 85. Don't forget that all of the item drop locations were provided in the description for your convenience. Start the actual method by casting Last Stand, Wealth and Lockbringer, and the Fire Talisman. Approach the first Jailer Oni and cast your Hino Enma summon and skip the guy for now. And immediately access the upper part of the area and close in on the second Jailer Oni and take it out with a Severing Spin. Get all of the item drops and approach the Jailer Oni that we skipped and finish the run with another Severing Spin. And after getting all of the item drops, jump to the lower parts of the area and access the shrine to reset the run, rinse and repeat. Each one takes around 34 to 36 seconds and gives you a whopping almost 21k Amrita and 6k worth of gold per run. This is a Crucible area, so expect a whopping 45k worth of Amrita gains from gear offerings alone for 5-minute runs. Doing this method for an hour will allow you to generate a mind-blowing 2.7 million from the total raw kills and gear offerings combined, while also giving you an insane 646k worth of gold per hour. But if you simply want more gold, selling your hourly gear drop will net you a whopping 800k worth of gold per hour, while still giving you 2.2 million Amrita in the process. But what if you want better gains per hour, I hear you asking, my dear viewer. The Waira farming method will allow you to farm a Waira yokai efficiently in the Spirit Tree Village, making it hands down the best spot in mid-game. The Waira is an elite enemy, so normally it takes a while to pin this enemy down, but with the build that I showed you so far, this enemy will never be an issue, so we can get the fastest clear time possible. And the key target is just roaming around near this checkpoint. And as mentioned, there were no significant changes in the farming build, but the main difference now is that we will be using the Ibaraki Doji summon starting from here because of the summon's insane damage and crowd control ability. Not only does it cause tons of damage, but it can also inflict targets on a wide scale with electrified status. A status that can significantly slow down enemy attacks and movement speed, which is ideal for our farming runs. Start the actual method by casting the Last Stand Talisman, Power Talisman, and Wealthbringer Talisman. Then head to the village square by entering and exiting the nearby hut on your left. The target will be visible and engage it as fast as you can. Get as close as you can and cast your Ibaraki Doji summon and wait for Ibaraki to hit the target with a downward lightning strike impact and explosion. The explosion will stagger the Waira and cast a Severing Spin to take out the Waira in a flash. Get all of the item drops and fast travel back to reset the run, rinse and repeat. I'm also aware that there are soldiers around the Waira's location, but I suggest focusing on the Waira alone, as it provides the best hourly gains results. Each run takes 26 to 28 seconds with reset and loading times included, and gives you 23k worth of Amrita and 3k gold per run, while also giving you 17k more Amrita from gear offerings every 5-minute runs. If you do this consistently for an hour, we are looking at almost 3.4 million Amrita from the total raw kills and gear offerings combined, while also giving you 413k gold per hour. But if you decide to sell all of the gear drops per hour, you are looking at 3.1 million Amrita and 464k gold in your hourly results. The Geisha House spot will return in the spotlight as one of the best early spots in Endgame. This method will allow the user to actively wipe out multiple yokais with my staple Samurai Burst setup. Multiple enemies means more gear drops means more gold and Amrita. If you want to break the game in the earliest time possible, this spot is for you. What is crazy is that you can access this spot in the very first area of the Bakutmatsu era in the Shimabara Pleasure District. Activate the Geisha House Shrine as the starting checkpoint for this method. I've started optimizing this spot with a character level of 105. With a level 105 sword or katana, paired up with 3 pieces of Brave Demon set pieces and my staple training robe and hakama, paired up with the Ibaraki Doji summon so we can burst our key targets later on. Also, I am showing the key passives on the screen right now, which caters to the build's main concept to get the fastest clear time possible. Start the actual method by casting the Power Talisman, Fire Talisman, Wealth, and Lockbringer Talisman. Head to the nearest exit and access the lower part of the area by jumping from the connecting bridge. You will see the marching yokais from here and target either the first umbrella yokai or the second one and cast the Ibaraki Doji summon. While the enemies are grouping up, the lightning damage and explosion will electrify everyone. So you can position yourself in the middle of the crowd and cast a severing spin. If a target survives, cast another severing spin to clear all targets. Get all of the item drops and fast travel back to our key shrine to reset the run, rinse and repeat. If you are finding yourself failing to hit as many enemies after casting your Ibaraki Doji lightning attacks, what you can do is wait for the enemy to group up a bit before casting the summon. You will increase your chances of hitting all enemies, so you can go in for the kill by casting your severing spins. Mastering this method will allow you to have a lightning fast 28 to 30 seconds and gives you an insane 73k Amrita and 6k of gold per attempt. Since we are dealing with multiple targets, expect a whopping 65k average gains from gear offerings per 5-minute run. This is crazy since we are looking at an hourly gain of a mind-blowing 10 million Amrita per hourly run from the combined total of raw kills and gear offerings, while also giving you 800k worth of gold as a bonus. Selling all of your hourly gear instead of offering them will give you 988k to a million gold per hour, while still giving you 9.3 million Amrita per hour. Before we continue, I mentioned that I covered a whopping 30 plus farming spots in the entire game, and if you are interested in checking all of the other efficient spots starting from early to end game, I put all of the farming guides in the description just in case you are looking for more options, since this guide only covers the best of the best spots and there are a lot of more spots available for you. The best of the best spot is about to come, and the Yasha and Galestorm spot is the second best spot in the entire game, allowing the user to gain millions of Amrita and farm endgame crucible weapons. This spot will require the user to wipe a group of Galestorm and a Yasha Oni located in an ideal crucible spot. You can access this spot by playing the Sinister's End battle scroll or when progressing in the final battle of Edo era, which is the final location of the game. Find and activate the White Drawing Room Shrine, which is our main checkpoint for this method. This is the final level of the game, so prepare at least level 130 character, and mine was level 40 in this recording. Make sure to have a level 150 katana with at least a +2 upgrade. Aside from that, there were no changes made in the build, and it is still following my signature Burst Samurai setup if you are following the guide so far. Start the actual method by casting our staple power, Last Stand, Fire, Lock, and Wealthbringer Talisman. Head through the nearby garden and target the Yasha Yokai and cast the Ibaraki Doji summon, and immediately cast a Severing Spin to wipe all targets in a flash. Get all of the item drops and return to the shrine to reset the run, rinse and repeat. There are cases where the Yasha and the Galestorms will behave differently, which stops you from one-shotting all of them. If this happens, and a Galestorm survives, use your normal attacks to end the run. And also, if you are not comfortable when using the Last Stand Talisman, you can still get the same results, but casting at least 2 Severing Spin to compensate for the lack of damage. If you master this method, each run usually takes around 33 to 35 seconds and gives you 131k Amrita and 2600 gold per attempt. while also giving you 243k Amrita from gear offerings every 5-minute run. Doing this method for an hour will allow you to gain a whopping 17 million Amrita from raw kills and gear offerings combined per hourly run, while also giving you 283k bonus gold in the process. If you simply need more gold, don't use this spot and instead check out the next spot in this guide. But what if I told you that the previous spot is nothing compared to the next farming method? The passageway spot is hands down the best spot in the entire game, at least when in solo play or before post-game and New Game Plus. This spot will allow the user to farm a bunch of samurai vassals with the clever method and can give the user a mind-blowing 20 million Amrita or 1.8 million gold per hourly run, which is totally insane. Find this spot in the final area of the game, which is still in the Edo Castle. And if somehow you completed the game already, the Sinister's End is the battle scroll that you need to access. And then, the last thing that you need to do is activate the Passageway Shrine, and you are good to go. We are still using the level 130 to level 140 Burst Samurai build, with zero changes at all. So head to the actual method and start earning millions of gold and Amrita. From the Passageway Shrine, cast our Staple Lock and Wealthbringer Talisman, followed by the Power and Fire Talisman as usual. Follow the straightforward hallway and turn to your left, and hug the left-hand side of the corridor. Take a sharp left turn and get the attention of the samurai at the end of this corridor, and then do a 180-degree turn. Head to the broken wall and straight to the Japanese partition to get all of the attention of the samurai in this area. Do a curved left turn and back to the samurai who is wielding a musket and enter the hallway behind him. Listen to this carefully and funnel all of the samurai in the corridor and cast the Ibaraki Doji summon, and position yourself in the middle of the group before casting a lightning fast severing spin. If a target survives, just cast another severing spin to potentially end the run by wiping all targets. While you can also use or perform quick normal attacks in cleaning surviving targets as well. Once all of the enemies are dead, get all of the drops and head back to the shrine to reset the run, rinse and repeat. If you do this correctly, each run usually lasts around 41 to 43 seconds with reset and loading times included, giving you 163k Amrita and 18k gold per attempt, while also giving you a whopping 476k more Amrita from gear offerings alone. An hour of consistent farming will give the user a mind-blowing 20 million Amrita and 1.5 million gold per hourly run from the combined total of raw kills and gear offerings as well. Selling all of your hourly gear drops instead of offering them will give you a 1.9 million gold per hour, and that is a lot. Truly the best spot when it comes to solo play, but what if you want to know the best methods when farming early divine gear pieces and Yasakanis? This video will teach you everything you need to know, so click on it and I will catch you on the next one.